Hello. Welcome to the show. My name is Tony Glasgow. Thank you for being with us today, and thank you for joining me. Today, I'll be talking with Aidan Jenkins. He plays for the Krum Bobcats. He plays baseball, and we're just going to talk a little baseball and a little bit of things that he's getting into and that he's gotten into in the past. So right now, I'd like to go ahead and bring him on, just have him introduce himself to everyone. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right.
My name is Aidan Jenkins. I currently play baseball for Krum High School. My measurements, I would say, height 5'10", weight 165, and speed and agility probably 40s, 4'9".
Okay.
And I don't really have a pro agility, but that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll let everybody know that I've known Aidan since he was about 9 or 10. My son Corbin and him played baseball together, and his dad Ashley and I coached them along the way on a baseball team. But first, I want to tell you or let everybody know that the last time this guy was here and his dad was here, they wrapped our house. And it's one of those things where you're kind of like shocked and wondering what happened and what's going on and who did this or whatever. And people were telling me, oh man, it just means, someone loves you and someone, they care about you. And I didn't feel it like that at the time, but I understand. I get it's just a little joke, a little prank, but yeah, we haven't forgotten about that. I'll just let you know about that. And you and Dylan, so we're gonna get Dylan. He's gonna get his payback too. When did you start playing baseball? At what age?
I started playing when I was 4 years old, and currently playing still.
Okay. Did you start out in Corinth?
I started out in Corinth, yes, sir.
Okay.
Moved my way to. I've played in Corinth really all my life, all the way through select, and then moved into high school.
Out of all those years of playing and playing with Corbin as well, and me helping out and coaching, what is a good memory that you have, or what are some of the good memories that you have from playing in that league and being there?
I think a good memory is when we did our first sort of select tournament with the 940 team.
Okay.
And that was a really big change for us, but we had a really good time as a team. Mm-hmm. Didn't really worry about the loss at the end, but it was just really a good time.
Yeah.
I think and when we moved into select, that first tournament, I believe we won the very first select tournament that we've really ever played. But
can't remember for sure.
Yeah, because it was AA, so it wasn't too hard of a competition for select, but sort of some competition.
Yeah, it was different for sure, because we went, from rec and playing all-stars to playing, the tournament play. So that's a little bit different. It's a different schedule, and sometimes we would play on a Friday and then come back on Saturday and Sunday and play the rest of the game. So it was a little bit different, but it was always fun. You guys were always attentive. You always listened and did what we expected of you guys. When you grew up and got into high school baseball, how was that a different change? I know it's, your coaches are your dad and friends and things like that. But when you get with real coaches that know what they're doing and have been doing it a while, was that a little bit of a different change for you?
It was a really big change, just because, like you said, that my dad was a coach. Mm-hmm. I feel like I kind of thought that it was just going to be kind of easy moving into high school. But when I got there, the coach was way harder on us than my dad really ever was.
Oh, yeah.
And just all the stuff that he made us do it really helped me out through the years. Just like becoming a leader through high school. Like I never really had that during the select and when my dad was a coach.
Yeah. Okay. So you're playing high school baseball now. What is your position?
Position, I'm normally outfield, but if the coach needs me to move into the infield anywhere, I can be there. Just anywhere he wants me to be, I'll do it. Like I can. Yeah. I was a utility player. Like I played catcher, infield, outfield, pitcher, and so I feel like that kind of helped me out. Yeah. Moving into high school as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The more you can do, the better you are. The better the coaches can place you. What is your favorite position to play?
Favorite position, I would say middle infield, so second base or shortstop.
Yeah.
I feel like because I have so much experience there throughout all my years, I always played at second base. Kind of have more experience in those positions, so it was kind of easy.
Yeah. Let's talk about, you did take a little break from baseball, and kind of run us through that. You know, what was the decision like and what you had to go through, and talking with the coach and just letting them know. Kind of run us through that and tell us how that went.
Yeah, so it was kind of a hard thing to do just because I've been playing since I was 4 all the way to there. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of got exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
And going through all the high school and stuff, it just kind of made me, I didn't want to quit, but I felt like it was the best thing for me at the moment. And so talking to the coach was really hard because I feel like at that time it was just hard for me to talk to really anybody. So having that phone call with him and in-person meeting was the hardest thing I could have done, because he tried to get me to stay and was trying to provide good thoughts to me and stuff. So I feel like I was kind of sad when I was leaving, but I just really felt like it was the best thing for me to do.
Yeah. So that was probably a really difficult thing for you to do, you know, at a young age like that, having to have a conversation like that, an adult conversation. So how did your parents take that when you told them that you wanted to quit? Were they a little bit upset, or were they just kind of sad? Or
Yeah, they were definitely sad because I've been playing for so long, but they definitely wanted me to be as happy as I can. And so they provided me with good things to tell the coach. I just didn't know if I was going to ever want to come back or just be totally done with that.
Yeah. That's a big decision to make. Sometimes I've talked to, you know, going to DBAT and stuff like that. I've talked to a lot of kids that have felt like you have felt, that, you know, they played for so long at such a high level, and it was so demanding that they just got burned out and didn't want to do it anymore. And they stepped away as well. But when you stepped away, you didn't just sit around and do nothing. What did you do? What'd you go and do?
So I actually went into rugby. My dad played, so he kind of taught me a little bit about it, and we talked to some of the coaches around the area and moved to the Plano team. And that was a really great experience, just because all the kids there were very helpful, very energetic, very just they really helped me out with everything I could possibly need to know about that sport. Yeah.
So it was like from what you and your dad were saying, it's kind of a all age thing, that when they practice, they just kind of all practice together. How was that like? It was just like the entire field was just full of players, right?
Yeah. So first day I got there, I looked down there and I didn't think we were in the right spot, just because there were so many people, all different age groups. But when I found my age group, we went down there and I kind of asked some kids like what was going on, and they just said that's how every practice is going to be. Because they want to get the most experience during the practice, but they don't want anybody getting hurt like if we were doing full field stuff. So I feel like all the coaches that were in high school were also coaches for every other age group, and we were basically all learning the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was like that. No, it had to be divided up, but was it just like everybody was coaching the same thing at the same time? Is that what you mean?
So yeah, everything was divided. So like there was the age groups in certain spots of the field, and so we would do like tackling drills, but we would all be doing the same tackling drill.
Oh, okay.
It's like at the same time.
Yeah. All right. So what was that experience like when you got into the games and started, you know, really feeling that energy or whatever? What was that like?
Yeah. First game was definitely, I was so nervous the first game, because new sport, like I didn't really understand it very much at that time. Yeah. So I was definitely nervous, but it was a lot of fun. We didn't win the first game, but every other game after that we won. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was so much fun.
It had to be exciting. Yeah. So what about the games that you played, what was the best game that you had that you remember making, the most tackles, the most runs, or what?
Yeah, best game I had was at the OU tournament, and I got player of the game. So I got like a jersey from Plano that they hand out to like player of the game and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool experience. Yeah, that game was, I just had so much adrenaline going. Like I didn't care if I got hurt. Like I just wanted to like hit somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, rugby's a tough sport, man. It's a different way that you play it than football, of course, but it is, definitely different. You got to be a tough guy to play it, and that was an experience for you. You also throughout the summer with your dad got into playing golf a little bit, or a lot, I guess, because you guys got really good, or you got really good. Your dad kind of was a little bit below you, but so how was that like? I mean, did that take a lot of intensity, a lot of practice to get to that level?
Yeah, so I played golf a lot during the summer, but I also played during the old baseball seasons, but just not as much as this. So I kind of had an idea of what to do, and my swing was just pretty natural because of the baseball.
Yeah.
So I got some lessons, and he helped me figure out what not to take from my baseball swing into the golf swing. And so that really helped. After that, my swing was perfect.
Oh yeah.
Like that was crazy. I was beating my dad by 20 strokes every match. So yeah.
And I know he's competitive, so I know he wasn't too happy about that. Yeah. So after the summer and everything, you sort of made a decision, or maybe during the summer, you made a decision to go back to baseball. Yeah. And so that required another hard conversation with the coach. And so how did that go?
Well, during the summer, I called him and asked him how the baseball, the summer was going for baseball, and he said it was going pretty good. And I just kept talking to him and asked him if I would be able to come back. And he said we would have to have a meeting, an in-person meeting, and just talk about what he expects from me and what I need to do to be able to get his trust back.
Yeah,
I guess so.
It was a big thing.
That was another hard conversation, but not as hard as the leaving one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you came back, how were your teammates? Everybody, I'm sure they just took you back in. You've known them for a while, right?
Yeah, no, it was definitely good because they're all of them are my friends, so they didn't really. It's not like they didn't want me to come back. They like my friend Dylan, he called me over the summer a ton of times telling me I should come back to baseball. So he's the one that kind of put a thought in my head. So yeah, he was definitely happy for me to come back.
Yeah, y'all. I mean, he was right there with us pretty much all the time. He was.
Yeah.
Didn't he start with us at the same time?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, as soon as we made the Crushers, he was there. I think through rec too.
Yeah, it was at least 2 seasons that we played, and he was with us as well. So y'all known Dylan for a while. College is coming up. You're a senior this year, and that's going to be an exciting time for you, different time for you. I'm not sure if you're planning on playing baseball in college or anything, but if a JUCO or Division II, Division III school came to you and asked you if you wanted to play, would that be something you consider, or are you pretty much done after this year?
I would definitely think about it, just because having that opportunity to go a little further is right there. But I'd have to think about that, or what I want to do, if I want to go to college and get some degree for my future, or take the time to keep playing baseball. So that's definitely a hard thing to think about.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would, just because I love playing baseball. I've always done it, and I definitely feel like it's a decision at that time.
Yeah. If you don't play baseball or college right away, you're thinking about Coast Guard, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what prompted you to think of that? I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
My dad was in the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
He's told me so many stories about it. Yeah. And he took us to Ludington, Michigan, where he was stationed, and showed us that Coast Guard station and just around that area. We talked to a couple of people that worked there, and it just really interested me. being able to be in a different area and learning how to live on my own is definitely a good thing.
Okay. You a good swimmer?
I'm a good swimmer.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I know y'all have a pool, but I just didn't know if you didn't have to learn or not. But that's good. So let's talk a little bit about you've got a younger brother, Mason, and he's just a cut up. Y'all were just telling me about how he cuts up. I know he's always been kind of on the edge and wild and everything. So just talk a little bit about him and how y'all get along.
Yeah, we definitely fight sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's not like we used to. We used to like actually like fist fight. But now it's kind of just like an argument, and we get over it pretty quickly. Like he'll go to his room and like I'll be somewhere else, so we don't like talk to each other at that time, but we get over it pretty quickly. He's definitely good to have a brother like him because he's just like a friend that's there all the time. Like I can talk to him about anything, and he's very supportive.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, everybody always liked Mason. He was always a baseball field. Everybody knew him. You know, on all the teams. You know, everybody knew him. So he's a good kid. What do you do in your spare time? I know when you're not training for baseball or just around the house. What do you actually do when you have downtime?
Spare time, I always am either outside or hanging out with my friends. Like we'll always go play mini golf or something. We'll go to like Top Golf or shopping. Like I'm just always outside doing something or spending time with friends.
All right, that's good. That's good. You hang out with Dylan a lot, or sometimes?
I do. Yeah, Dylan. So he has a girlfriend, so he's hanging out with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But when he has downtime too, he'll come hang out with me and my other friends.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And the last question, like I always ask all the athletes, is there a TV show, movie, or a song that you like that you would be embarrassed if your friends knew about? And mine is, don't laugh, it's Party in the USA. So if it comes on, I'll sometimes try to blame the kids and say, hey, y'all like that song? And I'll turn it up. But, I like it too. So what's yours?
I would definitely say music, Suit and Tie by Justin Timberlake.
Oh, but that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. I feel like some of my friends listen to it too, but I don't really know.
They ain't admitting it, huh?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a good one. I like that song. There's it's not him. It's I don't know if you heard of Tori Kelly. She did a acoustic version of that. That's pretty good.
I don't think I've heard it.
Yeah, it's pretty. It was years and years ago, but it's a pretty good version of it.
All right.
All right. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming by and taking your time. You and your dad coming by and everything, and get talking to you, get luck in the future and everything that you do.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. I appreciate you joining. Thank you for listening and hearing about Aidan and hearing what he's got going on. I welcome you to watch all the rest of the episodes that I have posted on my YouTube channel. And while you're there, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and leave a comment if you feel so inclined. And I guess we'll talk to you later. I appreciate it. You'll have a good night.